What is up, YouTube? It is JoedaFlamin here, and I'm here to bring you guys week 2, or technically the round of 16 in the National Competitive Pokemon Summer Slam Tournament. The Atlanta Talonflames, you guys saw it last week against John Jr. and the Portland Nightshades. Hell of a matchup. One of the best games I've ever played in my life in Draft League. Came right down to the wire. Exactly what you were hoping for. Thank God Cresselia can learn Shadow Ball. Am I right? Oh, because if I didn't have that move on there, I was done. And even he was like, "What?" Like, even you could hear him on his video. He's like, "I wonder why he left Cresselia at the end there." And lo and behold, it was perfect for the end game just because of him not having weakness policy on it. But we are going up in the round of 16, ladies and gentlemen. We are going up. It's actually a preview, in a sense. The YouTube Challenge League, as you guys have seen, we're part of that. Video just went up last week, or yesterday, for week 2. Because, again, I'm recording this on Sunday. The battle might go up whenever. I don't even know, to be honest with you guys, on this one. But yesterday, at the time of recording, we put up week 2 against the James River Jolteons and Braden. This is actually a preview of week 10. We're going up against Sally and the Austin Tauros. And his team is pretty dang interesting, if I do say so myself. So as you guys can see, I do have the bracket up here. You see us up here, and there's Sally. I'll give a spoiler right now, even though technically it was spoiled yesterday. The winner of this battles Matt O'Shea. The Montreal Milotics have advanced to the round of 8. So whoever wins this game faces Matt. As for down here, it was under the radar, so it's under the radar, just Kurt, and then this side, we really don't have to care about him unless somehow miraculously we make the finals. Unless somehow miraculously we can't think ahead. Can't think ahead. But let's get into his team real quick, and I'll show you guys what he's got. He's got Weavile, Dragonite, Celesteela, Clefable, Whimsicott, Gastrodon, Kangaskhan, and Kadabra. Off rip, I don't see Kadabra coming. I legitimately do not see Kadabra coming. It just does. I mean, yes, it does have good matchups on paper, and it does have a base 105 speed, but I just don't see it coming. I just don't see it coming with the threat of Gengar, who's faster than it, of Incineroar, who can pretty much knock it out. Cresselia gets coverage, Electivire gets coverage, Aerodactyl gets coverage. So I just don't see it coming. That one personally. So, personally, the way I think he's going to go, he's going to bring the 6 that he brought last week. Might just change up some moves, might change up some EVs. So, you saw his battle on his channel. He brought Weavile, Dragonite, Celesteela, Clefable, Whimsicott, and Gastrodon. So, those are 6 real good mons here. And, ironically enough, if you listen to the post-game, because I listened to it back, Braden and I, or maybe we didn't put it in the post-game, we talked about it afterwards when we were just, like, just BSing about this matchup. We were talking about the potential of Autotomized Power Herb Meteor Beam. And somehow, it's like Sally was in our minds. Because he used that exact set! He used Autotomized Power Herb Meteor Beam for the win. So, do I think that's coming again? Most likely. So that's why we have to be really careful with that. Weavile's still a strong mon. I would think he'd lead with Clefable just to potentially get Rocks up, because I don't even remember him putting Rocks up in that matchup, to be fully honest with you guys. But Gastrodon, Whimsicott, he did Choice Specs Whimsicott, which was really freaking strange to me. But he's got a good team, and I'm hoping that we can pull out the victory. But let's get into the team real quick, and let me show you guys what we're bringing. We're bringing a decent amount of returning mods, maybe a couple of different nicknames. First off is Kim Hart, the Aerodactyl, deliberately made it female. Shoutouts to Kimberly Hart. Shoutouts to the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Great series. Great franchise. Still got heavy-duty boots. Still fast on speed. Dragon Dance. Dual Wing Beat. Earthquake. Stone Edge. Now, if I recall, I gave it just enough speed with the Jolly nature to where it outspeeds a Weavile. I might be wrong there. I might have messed up, but I don't remember. I renamed this one when I did it. I changed Sheldrake the Lapras to Draconic. You know, just a little fun way of changing it. Also changed up its moves. I had Iron Head for the Clefable, but I decided at the last minute, let's just take that out. Let's just get rid of it, end it. Let's have Ice Shard in case we can break Dragonite's multi-scale, because it most likely will be Boots. And it's going to be a very defensive mon, hopefully to survive anything with Celesteela. Next up, another rename. We nicknamed Urshifu Red Foreman because I've been watching a lot of that 70s show reruns in the last month or two, so just makes sense that, you know, Red Foreman always would talk about how he would vandalize asses by driving the thing called his foot into it. So I figured, why not? Let's just nickname Urshifu Red Foreman and give a choice band to really maximize the power of the foot going in the ass. Albeit metaphorically, because he said he only did it once on Iwo Jima, and he can't talk about it. Changed up Celesteela's nickname. Why am I talking about his mon? I'm talking about my mon. Cresselia. I changed up its nickname to Night Night because Cresselia is known for nighttime. Gave it Energy Ball for the Gastrodon because it's very helpful for the Gastrodon. Moonblast, Psyshock, and Thunderwave. Thunderwave is there just to help out with Celesteela. Just to help out with Celesteela. Because if I can paralyze that thing, I kind of like my chances. I also should mention, Close Combat from Urshifu with Choice Band has a role to knock out Celesteela. So that's another thing. And also the Thunder Wave will help out with Choice Scarf Victini. Now Victini, unless he does double Autotomize with no paralysis, Victini with Choice Scarf barely outspeeds a Celesteela. It goes up to 250 at level 50. So that's huge. And Celesteela at +2 is only 244 with max speed. So Choice Scarf, V-Create, it'll obliterate. Bolt Strike, it's a roll, but you know, you mark over V-Create and then swap out afterwards. Glaciate's only there for the Dragonite. It's only there for Dragonite. Because why not? Lower its speed and do some damage at the process. And then U-turn in the event, like, you know, I don't like the matchup and I put it out there. And finally, bringing a new mon today, we're bringing Portland the Gengar. Doing a nice tribute to John Jr. and the Nightshaders. Nicknamed Gengar, because I was racking my brain about, what the heck am I going to nickname this thing? And I figured, why not? Portland. We just play them. So, I'm doing a very interesting Gengar set, and hopefully it works. This is going to be my lead, depending on what I see. Because I think he'll lead Clefable, and if he leads Clefable, then I fire that move. I fire off Sub, I got Black Sludge, T-Bolt, Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball. And 108 on special attack guarantees 2-hit KO on just about anything on his mons. So, and then the substitute with Black Sludge plus Cursed Body in the event he tries to knock off something. So, that's going to be the team, guys. We're going to get connected with him, and I will see you guys at the battle. Hopefully, we can win. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We have gotten connected with Sally and the Austin Tauros. Let me also I forgot to do this. Member 1. Oh, wait, that's his team. My bad. I can't do him yet. I can only do us. No, not you. There, you, and you. Alright. So we are set up there. Lower that folder. And let's see what he brings. Okay, he doesn't bring the Kadabra. And he doesn't bring the Whim. Okay. No Kadabra. Kangaskhan. Dragonite gets moved over. What? No Whim. Clef. sell, and weave. Okay, now let's think. What is he? I think he's still with Lee Clefable. So by that logic, still want to lead Portland, just in case that. Just in case. Alright, so let's see what happens here. Alright, Sally. Round of 16 begins now. He leads off with Kanga. That's actually a good, it's a good lead. I think I'll switch into Arrow here. Bait the fake out. Double Edge. Critical hit. Okay. So by that logic, we have to go for Stone Edge. Critical hit on the first turn. He withdraws Kanga into Gastro. That does more than I thought. I think I'm all right with just sacking off Arrow. This is defensive. This is a very defensive. Toxic. Good. Alright. Alright, so Aerodactyl will go down on the first turn, but it was smart to let him go down first. I'm bringing Cresselia here. Let me think. Would he keep it in? Something tells me he would bring him Weavile. So I'm gonna go for that Energy Ball. Rindo Berry. Okay. Should still be enough to knock it out, though. That is special defensive as all. Yes! Thank God for the miss. Oh. Thank you, Cresselia. He withdraws into, I'm assuming, okay, Clefable. And it's lefties. Let's see how much you do to it. I don't think you're going to do much. Nothing. There's the rocks. Kind of in a pickle there now. Would have predicted that's. I'm gonna make a switch into Gengar here. If he has a psychic move, great. Calm Mind. And it's a battle of the doppelgangers here. So let me see what he wants to do. Because he might not have a psychic type move, and if he doesn't... He withdraws, so we get our sub up. Weavile. I don't think knockoff works on a sub, right? It doesn't knock... It just does the damage. I think I'm okay with putting Lapras in here then. It'll take rocks damage. I'm gonna see if he switches in. If he switches into Gastro, great switch. Low kick. Okay, great. I don't foresee him staying again. I foresee him trying to go for, like, Gastro here. Yep. Gastro. This should be enough to knock it out. Perfect. Alright. Now, I would think he'd bring in Clefable. Dragonite. Okay. And because I don't have you, I can't do anything about that. Bring Cresselia back. As he goes for DD. So quite literally, we click Thunder Wave. We'll see what he does here. Another DD. Alright, so he's powering up. I think we'll go with the Size Shock first. Break the multi-scale. Goes for Outrage. It's a good amount of damage. See how much Moonblast does to it. That is special defensive as all you know what. And it's policy. Great. Whew, Sally, I am mad in respect for you, dude. No wonder your CCS score is so strong. And it got confused. Alright. I think I'll just go into Victini here. Say Jolly. Put both of us at 50. And he's, what looks to be 51%. How much? Ooh, this is a guaranteed KO. Goodbye. Critical hit helps out just as well. Alright. So it's 4-3. Weavile comes back out. I might have to switch out here. Yeah, I'll switch into you. It was a good prediction to, because he knows he has no choice. Knock off. How much does... Dang it. %. Will U-turn. He withdraws Weavile into Clef. Perfect. back out into Portland. And we'll sub. Let him switch back into like Weavile or something. Oh, he stays in. Okay, cool. Calmont. Okay, great. So we both use some setup here. Let me... Gengar. Just doing about 50 to 60. Goes for Moonblast, okay. Will this be enough to knock out the sub? Probably. Yep, sub fades. So we'll just go for another Sludge Bomb if he... Alright. He sacks off Clef. Makes perfect sense. Brings back out Weavile. I would think. If he brings out Celesteela, that's equally as impressive. Weavile. Do I still need Gengar? I'm gonna make one more prediction. If he goes into... If he makes a switch, great. But I don't think he will. He knocks off. Alright, great. So because we don't have an item... I just say Surgeon Strikes. This battle's great. What are you gonna do? Who doesn't love Green Hill? Weavile gets withdrawn into Kanga. So what's your item? Are you Rocky Helmet? You're not. But you are bulky. So I'm just going to Aqua Jet. If he has Fake Out, then great. Because he can't protect against this thing. Aqua Jet. Whew, boy, this is great. Oh, this battle is phenomenal. And just remember. Yeah, we just barely. Weavile comes out. We U-turn. Psycho Cut. Okay. I didn't even know that Mon got that move. Just click V create. He's faster, he's faster. Oh wait, no, what he would have done was he's gonna switch. Oh, I just threw it. Or not. Okay. So Weavile goes down. Alright, it says we're faster with the scarf. I mean, if we weren't without the scarf, though, what would we be? Oh, we'd definitely be slower. Alright. V-create. We'll see who's faster here. My heart is pounding right now. Like, this is such a great game. I cannot be mad at the result now. I cannot be mad now. Akaberry! Does a hell of a lot of damage. Autotomize. Okay, great. We can switch then. Unless you would predict that. I'm gonna take the risk. If I take the risk, I'm fine with it. Because if he goes with 2 autotomizes, phenomenal. Great read. EQs. Great. Gengar. Attack Rose. Oh boy. Alright, Victini. You hit this V create. Victini V-create a Talonflames win! Woohoo! What a finish! Oh, what a finish. Another 1-0, but we win. We advance. Ooh. Round of 8, Meadowshade, Montreal Milotics. Oh my god, this is great. I mean, Sally's probably going to get revenge on me in the YCL, but... Oh, that was such a great battle. That was such a great battle. Alright. Well, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to try to get Sally on call, see if he wants to join now. Until then, Flame out, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the NCP Summer Showdown post-game conference here on twitch.tv/JoedaFlamin, as well as the YouTube video that will go up inevitably within the next couple of days, depending on when I get time to edit this thing. But you guys just saw probably one of the best matches I've ever seen, and I kind of spoiled it at the end of the game. He's probably going to get me in the rematch in Week 10 of the YCL, but Sally and the Austin Tauros are joining us. What is up, Sally?
What's going on, everyone? Glad to be here.
Dude, that was insane at the finish there.
It was. We were talking about it just now, and it really came down to I knew Victini was Scarf, but it came down to if it was bulky Scarf or if it had full speed, because Celsius just never outspeeds at +2. So it was just a really close match throughout. And it was a ton of fun for sure. Yeah, because
that was the thing. I looked at the speed tiers and I was like, at +2 with if Victini has a Scarf, at Celesteela timid or just any speed boost in nature, at +2 with the Scarf, Victini outspeeds it by 2 points. I was just like, oh, I mean, when I made the switch back into Gengar, I was like, okay. If he makes the Autotomized prediction goes to +4, hats off to him. Great read, great prediction. Because I also thought that maybe, just maybe, you would have put Victini out of its misery on that first turn, and then went for something on Gengar at the end.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I did a calc and I was like, even though I saw Glacier, I still think V-Crate's gonna be there somewhere. So after V-Crate, even Akaberry, I assumed you had Thunderbolt, and if not, I thought Shadow Ball would do enough to where, even though I took Victini out, I still need to outspeed Gengar. But
yeah,
I play would have been good. Okay.
Yeah, so I still had Thunderbolt. I mean, I said at the beginning, when I saw the team in preview, and all that, I was like, okay, so he didn't bring Kadabra, like I said, because I said in the pre-match look at, I was like, there is zero chance Kadabra comes. It just made no sense. If anything, and we can be honest now, was that just a miscellaneous mon? You're just like, what the hell is a decent mon in this tier? Oh, look, there's you. I'm gonna pluck you out.
No, I actually really like Kadabra. I was gonna bring it Week 1, but then I needed something to break Vaporeon, so I switched it for Whimsicott at the very last second. But it's a good mon if you're ever in a pinch and you need to live a hit. It has enough offense to take something else out. But it just didn't have a place in this match. With Surging Strikes, you have some priority users. It didn't really break through. I think Cresselia didn't outspeed Gengar. So it was just a bad matchup for it.
I got you. I mean, you said it that because we had a quick break because you had to fix something with the team lock, and I was perfectly fine with that. And come to find out that what you wanted was to switch some items around, and you gave Akka to Celesteela, which when I thought to myself when I clicked V-Crate that first time on Celesteela, I was like, does this move not hit all the time unless there's evasion? And then I saw the berry come. I was like, oh, it's Akaberry. And then Gastro, you had
Incineroar or Victini would show up. So I was like, there's going to be for sure a fire type, and I will for sure be in on it against with Celesteela. So I was like, Akaberry makes the most sense. I wouldn't have let V-Create for weakness policy, and Flurbish did too much. So I was like, I think Akka makes the most sense.
Yeah, and then Gastro, you said you put Rindoberry on because you said it. You were expecting an energy ball. I had it on Gengar at one point, and I was like, I really don't think Gengar's going to be around for Gastrodon. So let me put it on Cresselia so that way I can actually have something that's bulky enough to survive it. And even more fortunate for me, but not as fortunate for you, is that the 90% accuracy that they did with Toxic, to where if it's not used with a poison type, it has the chance to miss. But if it's used by a poison type, it never misses.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it with me and Psychic type legendaries plus missing Toxic?
And at first, it was like, it's not too big a deal. But then after seeing the rolls of Dragonite, I think it actually came into play. Because once I got Rocks up, I think Crest would have had, what was like 3 or 4 turns of Toxic on it at some point. So I think at +2, I could have potentially taken it out, or +1 taken it out. So it came into play a little bit, but I think there are more plays down the stretch. Like, I think there's some times I was in against Gengar with Weavile, and I could have gone for Psycho Cut a couple times, because I probably would have taken out Gengar too. So there were a few plays at the end that, now like thinking back on it, probably could have done differently, and the miss on Toxic wasn't what changed the game, I think, a whole lot.
Yeah, because like, when you click that, because when I had Urshifu out against it, I was like, okay, maybe he just clicks low kick or something like that, because I'm assuming that probably would have done maybe like just enough, or maybe it would have been like me in a hot roll or something like that to knock me out. But then I see Weavile with Psycho, I'm like, Psycho Cut? That mon gets that move?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember Paul's Weavile in the anime. When it used Swords Dance, its arms like grew into purple blades, but I didn't think that was like a precursor to, oh yeah, this move can get a Psychic type move.
Yeah, and I actually had Swords Dance on it initially, which maybe would have been helpful, but I feel like I needed low kick because I thought Incineroar would for sure come. So I had low kick on for Incineroar, but it actually really helped out with Lapras. But yeah, definitely should have clicked Psycho Cut more, especially when I was in front of Gengar. It was just like one of those things, like I was so engrossed in the battle, I wasn't thinking about, oh, does Psycho Cut actually take out Gengar? And I think at most points it does. So that would have been something that I could have.
I'm assuming about that. Let me take a look at it. We'll put Gengar with Portland, and then we'll just throw a miscellaneous Weavile without choice band. We'll change it to heavy duty boots. It was a Jolly Nature with 252. Put this to 50 because damage calc always puts it to level 100.
Yeah.
We'll change Triple Axle to Psycho Cut. 71 to 85% because, I mean, rounding up 84.9.
Yeah,
so it most likely would have KO'd, but also you had 140 on speed with the help, just barely outspeeding Gengar, so.
Yeah, getting it for 1 point. So I think that would have been, just like looking back on it, clicking Psycho Cut a few more times would have been helpful. And realizing that I had to get the +4 to try to win the game, and hoping that you went for a switch there. But either way, it was such a fun game. It really came down to the very end, and I had a ton of fun.
Dude, I had a blast with it. Like I do with everybody else, I'm just gonna do this before we hang up on the post game, because I always do this to help out people. By the way, you guys see on the chat, you see John Jr., last week's opponent. We're going to pull up Sally's channel right here. He's at 48 subscribers. Let's get into 100, guys. Let's get Sally to the 1 bill. Let's get him up there, guys. Come on.
Thanks, man.
We got to get... Because I also said it, Sally, your CCS score is, like, really freaking high. So I was just like... I knew I was going to have to do something for you. And I mean, and also you guys see it right here. Round 1, Celesteela steals the show, which and also I did say this in the pregame before. Also, I hang up. I was talking with Braden after our postgame when I battled him, and we were talking about the idea of Autotomize, Power Herb, Meteor Beam, Celesteela. And then I watched your battle last week, and I'm like, did he literally read our minds? Like, somehow from Texas, did he manage to psychically link himself to a dude north of Tampa and a dude in Virginia and be like, oh, this is brilliant. I must do this idea.
Yeah, it looks so good. I was like, if I can get one Meteor Beam up on pretty much anything and get the +2, because that team was a little bulkier. So it was like +2 Celesteela outspeeds most things. I'm like, I'm in a pretty good spot to hopefully snowball, and it thankfully worked out. It doesn't always, but thankfully it worked out in the first round there.
Yeah, I agree entirely. I mean, but as now we know, ladies and gentlemen, Sally will post on his channel Make sure to follow him. Make sure to give him a sub. We got to get him up there, guys. He deserves it. He's a real good battle, real good dude. And now we know it's official. The Elite Eight will be the Talonflames versus the Montreal Milotics. And that's going to be fun.
It's going to be a great one. I'm really excited to see that one.
I am
I'm super pumped to see that one.
I appreciate it. I've been in a few leagues with Matt before where I joined in, but I've never actually gotten a chance to battle him. This will be the first time I've ever physically battled the dude. So knowing how he is, knowing how he battles,
he's meticulous. He's meticulous.
Meticulous. Hey, that's a good. I will use that in the tagline for next week. Thank you for that.
Man. His sets are he'll do a negative nature and then put EVs in it. He is meticulous for sure.
I mean, John did that too. John did that too against me, and that was also interesting. I was like putting EVs in a negative nature, but hey, that if it works, I ain't gonna complain.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to leave a like, make sure to comment, and go and sub to Salad. Congratulations! You made it all the way to the end of this video. I thank you very much for your support on this current video. If you want to interact with me more, check out my socials right here. That's my Twitch, that's my YouTube, that's my Twitter. You can comment on any one of them and tell me how good I was, how bad I was, anything you want. Goodbye.